Donald Trump on Wednesday evening went to a Kennedy Center performance of Les Miserables, and he was booed loudly, like undeniably, at that performance. Clearly, people did not like him. They do not like what he has done to the Kennedy Center, of course. But before he went in there, he and his wife, First Lady Melania Trump, were doing the whole red carpet thing, because that's what Trump loves. And of course, as they're sitting there posing for pictures, Melania acting like she'd rather be anywhere on the planet other than by his side, a Fox News reporter, Jillian Turner, so this is not a hostile reporter, this is somebody from Fox News, confronted Donald Trump with a very basic fact of reality, and that is a lot of people are going to be protesting you on Saturday. We've got no King's Day protests. I think it's 1,800 cities tomorrow is the final number. It's insane. Millions of people are projected to show up for these protests against Donald Trump, and that's all happening while he's going to be at his big old birthday parade watching the tanks destroy the streets of Washington, D.C. So the reporter asked Donald Trump, again, this was Jillian Turner, she says, "Mr. President, if this turns into another summer of unrest, what are you prepared to do, sir?" And then Trump goes, "About what?" So the moron can't even figure out what she's talking about. Obviously she's referring to LA. She's talking about the upcoming protests. If we have a summer of unrest, what are you doing? And he's like, huh? What? And so she clarifies. She goes, if this turns, the protests have spread now to 16 cities across the U.S. If this turns, that's what you're saying. Do I believe you? I don't think so. Well, I got that from the Fox News brain room, she responded. And then Trump said, I can tell you what we have a situation in Los Angeles that was caused by gross incompetence. They didn't have the police to handle it. And that was it. But the important thing is when he said, do I believe you? I don't think so. She's literally confronting you with reality, okay? She is telling you, here are the facts, here is what's happening. Millions of people are about to be protesting you on Saturday. And he's like, no, they're not. No, not going to happen. I don't believe you. She's like, dude, these are Fox News numbers, okay? The Fox News brain room that you listen to every day. They're the ones saying this. No, not happening. Gross incompetence calls California. And he's right about that, by the way. But it wasn't Gavin Newsom's gross incompetence. It was his gross incompetence because he sent ICE people there. He sent the National Guard there, and then he sent the Marines there to cause a spectacle, to rile people up, to get them to riot. And of course, he didn't make any accommodations for them. They're not getting paid for any of this. So his gross incompetence caused this. But he denied reality to that reporter's face. He looked that reporter in the eye and said, no, your reality, your numbers don't exist in my world. Which makes total sense. I mean, when he went to Fort Bragg this week, we know the whole thing was staged. We know that the only people allowed to be on that stage with him were hardcore MAGA people, because everything about this man's life is staged, sometimes with his cooperation and knowledge, sometimes not. But because of that, he only sees what he wants to see. He's only surrounded by what he wants to be surrounded with, which is people who love him. So when he sees these poll numbers that say most Americans hate you, most of the rest of the world hates you, he doesn't believe it because he doesn't see it. Because he chooses not to see it, because everybody has basically turned his whole entire life into this little Potemkin village that's not real, it's just a facade. But he thinks everything is happy and great and wonderful and loving, when in reality, it's all a farce. But he's been living in the farce so long that he has now lost touch with reality to the point where he denies it to a reporter's face. And of course, the media has absolutely nothing to say about it. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.